Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of AniBreak, the show that breaks down the week's hottest topics in anime, manga, and video games. My name's Jason, and we have a few videos to show this episode. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of great stuff going on. You know that we've been talking about the Garden of Words for a while now. This is Shinkai's latest work. And just like everything else that he's worked on, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Now there has been trailers out there so far, you can check these out, but just recently, like earlier today, you can actually go online and watch the first 5 minutes of it. You can go online. You can find it on Anime News Network, Crunchyroll, any of your favorite news sites. You can find it online. Now, granted, it is low quality. You're not going to get full 1080p, design. You are probably not going to understand what's going on in terms of the dialogue unless you speak Japanese. But you know what? Makoto Shinkai has been able to create masterpieces without really having to say a lot of words. So even though you may not understand exactly what's going on, you get the idea. And if anything, you can enjoy just this absolute gorgeous artwork for the next 5 minutes. Um, if you guys don't know, basically, the Garden of Words, it begins in June during Japan's rainy season, and it stars a shoemaker in training named Takao, who's sketching shoes, as you saw, in a Japanese-style garden. He meets a mysterious older woman, which we'll meet in just a moment, and the movie basically follows the path these two take from not just this first meeting, but as they continue to deepen their relationship. The whole idea behind this is Shinkai wanted to create a love story using the traditional Japanese meaning of the word. Before you had the Western modern concept of love, ai. There was the version was actually koi, which basically meant lonely sadness, and that's what he wanted to portray in this. So you have a beautiful Japanese garden, you have a guy and girl meeting, following their relationship, and it seems to be always raining. Yeah, this is going to tug at your heartstrings so much. But you know what? You know you're going to love it. You know you're going to check this out just like I am. It is coming out in Japan this year, very soon actually. And we already have confirmation that I think it was Sentai Filmworks picked up a license for this and is bringing this on DVD and Blu-ray stateside sometime this year, probably closer to the holiday season. I wouldn't expect it anytime sooner than that. But like I said, after the show, you can go online and watch the full 5-minute preview. It's so worth it. You guys really need to check it out. Some other things going on, actually, stateside. It's really awesome that One Piece is finally making its triumphant return back to Toonami. I've been very much looking forward to this. I actually enjoy the English dub here and there. I had to catch up a little bit myself. The last episode that I watched, I think, was episode 137. I forget what story arc just started there. But this Saturday, when One Piece returns on Toonami, it's going to start on episode 207. A brand new story arc at that time. That's not even current. That's nowhere near current. If you're a fan of the series, either been reading the manga or watching the anime, you know they're probably halfway to where they're at right now. This is a series that goes on forever. But you know what? It's a good kind of forever. Let me just say that. Not too many filler episodes, but really good story. It's a lot of fun. So, to try to prep people for the return of One Piece, you go to Funimation, and they actually have a number of videos that are 60 seconds long that give you a summary of an overall story arc. So instead of spending, a long amount of time watching 30 or 45 episodes to complete a single arc, or marathoning 206 episodes before Saturday, you can watch these in little chunks and get the gist of what's going on. Or you can do what they're doing over at the Funimation studio. Let me get picture of this for you. This is live. This person you're seeing right now, his name is Scott. And I'll just cut between the different shots right there. Now, Scott, he's one of the hosts of the Funimation show. You can follow him online. And in order to prepare for the upcoming return, all this week, he's been marathoning every single one of the 206 episodes. That is kind of insane. So, I mean, they had a little bit of camera trouble last night, but the gist is he's going to be watching this and streaming. There's two different streams you can see, from the laptop in front of him and, of course, behind, so you can see what episodes he's watching. You can't hear it, or else that'd be, streaming it and licensing fees and legalities and all that. But that's kind of insane, because 206 episodes, not taking out any of the fillers, that's like 75 to 78 hours. And he only started this week. Yeah, it's going to be kind of crazy. I do not want to be in that room when it comes to, I don't know, say Friday morning. That's just going to stink. And then he's going to be there all day Thursday, all day Friday, and all day Saturday to prepare. Now, I know I'm behind, so I know I'm going to catch up on a few episodes when I can here at home. I'm not going to marathon it, but I call it watchception, because you can watch someone watch One Piece for the next 60 hours or so, if you guys are into that. But in any case, even if you guys have not really checked out One Piece before, it starts this Saturday back on Toonami, episode 207, and it's going to be in glorious HD. That's going to be so sweet. You guys need to check that out. All right. There is a video that I played, I would say, near the end of From My Mother's Basement on Sunday, that kind of changed a lot of perceptions for me for the upcoming Ghost in the Shell Arise project. Can't really call it a series because it's just a 4-part OVA, and even then, at that point, it's being shown in theaters in Japan a month before it shows up on DVD and Blu-ray in Japan. Like I've stated before, if you guys really want to get these OVAs as soon as possible, you can import the Blu-rays, because it's already been announced they're going to include English subtitles. Now, does this rule out a possibility of an actual release coming stateside? No, that's an inevitability. Someone has to pick this up, if not already. I'm so looking forward to it. But, I was always on the fence, like, the character design's kind of off. I'm not sure about the music. And then they released this trailer, and I went, oh, yes. Thank you so much. I'm telling you, I watched this trailer, and over the course of just 90 seconds, all of my doubts about this upcoming project just disappeared. It was just that good. I finally got a firm grasp of what to expect from the music. I got a better idea of what's going on with the story. And because I have a better grasp of the story, I can understand the character designs. And actually, I gotta say, Maya Sakamoto as the voice of Motoko kind of works in this body. It took a while, for me to get to this point. Like I said, took this trailer after everything we've seen over the past, month and a half. But yeah, it cannot come soon enough. Now, it is being shown in Japanese theaters June 22nd, and about a month later, on July 26th, the first episode of the OVA will be available on DVD and Blu-ray. I will love to have, a copy of this Blu-ray, like, less than a week after it shows up in Japan. It all depends on finances. I may import it, and if I do, I will give you guys I can't stream it for you, but I will give a very lengthy review for you guys. It's going to be just absolutely amazing. Speaking of amazing, we always hear about, hey, this series is going to get a live action adaptation, or maybe this manga should get a drama series. And of course, once that news comes out, or that rumor comes out, all the fans go out and start creating doujinshi and creating posters and, playing the what if game. But you know what? You can always tell that, okay, that's fan made. not this one though. For Attack on Titan, you might have seen this poster go make its rounds across the internet. Oh, it looks so good. It brings that sense of epicness that you got from the trailer for the anime. And sad to say, this is not official. Even though there is an Attack on Titan live action movie adaptation in the works that should come out sometime later this year, this is not official. I will not be surprised if this becomes part of the of the official. It'd be cool. But yeah, there's just some amazing artists out there. Now the person who worked on this is Koji Tajima. Um, One of the reasons why this poster looks so good, because he's also worked on Captain Harlock, Les Mis, Total Recall, Dragon Age, all these feature films as a concept artist. So I mean, the guy has a crap load of talent and experience, and he's just using this for fun. This is his idea of, I really enjoy this series so far. I want to see this happen. I think it's kind of cool, actually. You don't get this too often nowadays. Like I said, you always get the, okay, you can tell it looks cool, but it's also, for lack of a better phrase, you can tell it's fan made. That one you really can't unless you knew the person who posted it. Okay, let's talk about C3. This is the upcoming series based off of a very popular manga, which in itself is about a high school girls airsoft club. Now, to refresh your guys' memory, I'm going to play the trailer that they released about a month ago, and it got me all hyped up for a number of reasons. The art style, the way the trailer was portrayed, the music. I mean, it had a really good like cowboy bebop jazz feel to it. I was stoked, so I'm going to play that again for you just because, well, I can. You watch that and you get a cool sense of, okay, this is going to be a nice little hip little anime you're going to enjoy and watch. And then Gainax decided to release a number of new visuals to prepare. And I'm thinking, okay, cool, we're going to get a lot of action sequences. We're going to have that similar style. It's going to have a nice coolness to it. And then we get this. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. I mean, it's all the main characters hanging out on in a picnic, and this is a completely different feel from what the trailer was portraying. Now, is this going... I mean, let me phrase that. What does this mean for the series? Well, most likely you're going to get a nice combination of not only the cool action sequences. I mean, they can't get too graphic because it's airsoft guns. But also you're going to get the lighthearted, slice of life, high school comedy that you guys see all over the place every single season. But you know what? I think this might be a nice blend, and it could be fun. I mean, we don't have too much longer to wait before the first episode is streamed. No one's picked up the rights to show it stateside just yet, but I have a good feeling. I'm guessing Crunchyroll, or I don't want to say Viz, maybe Sentai might pick it up, or Aniplex, and then have it streamed on Crunchyroll before they release it on DVD and Blu-ray. I'm just guessing, but I think it could be fun. I mean, it's a nice blend. I can't remember if I've ever really seen airsoft guns in an anime before, save for, well, if you want to count the BB guns back in Fully Cooley, but I can't think of anything else besides that. It could be fun. We'll find out very soon. Now, we've talked about the new project from former Gainax employees who created Studio Trigger. And we talked about this last week. We called it Gurren Lagann High School for good reason, because the character design kind of feels like characters from the Gurren Lagann universe attending high school. I mean, here's a more recent image that was released, I think, just a couple days ago. And if you go on Crunchyroll.com in their news section, they actually have a number of images you guys can check out. Some really cool behind-the-scenes shots. Not only these full colored, fully designed pictures, but also sketches, um, ideas of what the character could look like, past designs. I think it actually works out pretty well. And then you get to the point where they're like, okay, we're going to showcase this trailer. And in doing so, you think, okay, you're going to have all these cool ideas. You're going to move forward with this. You're going to make this look awesome. And unfortunately, we get to just this design you see next to me. It's just a lot of word art. It kind of reminds me of the intro to Bakemonogatari. I mean, it has that kind of feel to it. A little more violent than that, but it has essentially the same feel. So, I'm not sure what to take from this yet. I mean, you have really great talent at Studio Trigger, all former Gainax artists, and then you put together this brand new original story. You take the same character designer from Gurren Lagann and make him design a lot of high school level girls who love to be violent and bloody. I don't know. We'll see. Is this going to stop me from watching it? Am I like that much on the fence? No. I'll still watch it, but I'm not going to be like, oh god, I gotta go check this thing out. But I will let you guys know what I think about my first impressions once it comes out later on this year. Okay, I gotta get to this news. I was so looking forward to this. The moment I saw it, it was posted online earlier today. I gotta say, Otakon has already racked up a really sweet guest of honor list, but we're not even gonna get to that yet. They posted this video earlier today. Let me get it set up. There it is. And this has now solidified my need to go to Otakon, and I hope it does the same for you. Yoko Kanno is going to Otakon, and this is actually not going to be part of, the Macross music or of any of her previous stuff. She's there with a different idea in mind to portray a different vibe. She's going to premiere this concert called Piano Me. It's basically Yoko Kanno at a piano, a very custom piano that has all these projectors aimed on it to create unique designs and expressions that blend in with what she's performing and probably react in real time as well. It kind of reminds me like the Elton John $1 Million piano that's going on in Vegas. But I won't pay to go see Elton John with a $1 Million piano. I'll pay to go see Yoko Kanno. The best part about it is that this concert, not only is it being the debut of this concert, but it doesn't cost anything extra. You have a badge to go to Otakon, you have a ticket to go in to go check out this concert. It does not cost anything else. That is impressive as all hell. I'm... Oh, I wish I could go, and I need to go, and I will find a way to fly out to Baltimore so I can check this out. Like I said, Otakon has an incredibly stacked group of guests of honor for this year. I mean, Melanie Flanagan, Crispin Freeman, Honmei Kazoku is their Saturday concert. You might have recognized that name for work on stuff on Naruto, Bleach, Eureka 7, just to name a few. Great stuff. You also had Yoko Kanno, like we've been talking about. Masao Maruyama, you have Vic Mignogna's going to be there. Team Revolution's going to be there. He hasn't been there in, 10 years? I mean, this is just an epic lineup. And I'm sorry to say to the other major con that's going on this summer, as always, Anime Expo, I will say this. Anime Expo's had numerous epic guests in the past, and I think on the 20th they had a huge assortment of great guests. I can't say for the people they have so far, they're cool, but they don't have that wow factor that Otakon has this year. I mean, the only other con that has announced guests that I'm really interested in checking out is Japan Expo USA. It's kind of surprising, actually. I mean, is this going to be like a falter step for Anime Expo? Are they like holding the cards to their chest like till the very last moment? We don't know. I have no inside information about that. I mean, yes, they still have a month and a half out, and I'm sure they'll probably announce some huge names in June. But come on, I mean, Otakon's kicking everybody's ass right now in terms of guests. And they solidified that, at least for me, with Yoko Kanno. So if I'm able to go, I will be taking pictures. I will do my best not to fanboy out. If I cannot make it, I'll sit here in the corner and cry. But, you know, if you guys are going to go to Otakon, you have to check this out. It's going to be one hell of a concert. All right, enough for me blabbering about that. Let's get to some random news real quick. You know, I've talked about figures here and there, not only figures that I've picked up and received, but some really extravagant figures out there. And one such figure, in terms of the extravagance, just recently posted up online. Let me just post this little picture right here. May not look like much. Let me give a little zoom in for you, but you might recognize the character from the Saint Seiya franchise. This thing, hey, look, it's gold. I love gold. No, nothing like that. But the reason why it, you know, looks like gold, because it is solid gold. This is the solid gold figure, Sagittarius Claw statuette from the Saint Seiya series. It weighs about 4.5 pounds. It's only a little over 6 inches high. And this thing is not going to be for sale. For a good reason. Because, like I said, it's made of pure gold. It's created to celebrate the series' 10th anniversary. I haven't mentioned a price. Well, like I said, it's not available for sale. And if it was, very, very few people in this world could actually afford it. The retail price is estimated at 60 million yen. 60 million. That translates to about, I don't know, $600,000, maybe a little bit more, given the exchange rate. Yeah. There's no way. Rarely anybody could actually pick that up. Now, why was this made? Not only was it made for the 10th anniversary, but there's a number of events going on in Hong Kong this year that it's going to be displayed at. Definitely under probably bulletproof glass, under guard, people with machine guns. Now, my question is, after all those events in Hong Kong end, this figure is still going to be sitting there. It's still going to be made out of pure gold. Where's it going to go? Who's going to pick this up? Who's going to receive this? I'm guessing some animation company will have it, will receive it. But I wonder if there's any possibility of we're going to hear in the future of like an Ocean's 11 style heist to swipe this thing. I think it'd be kind of epic. But let's get to some slightly less expensive collector's items. You know, I'm a huge K-On! Fan, and the powers that be decided to create some new merchandise for all our fans to consume. Here's a shot for you. These are a sticker set of all the characters. The big thing behind it is that these are supposed to be life-sized. Instead of the cardboard cutouts, we have life-sized wall stickers. Now, these things are not nearly as expensive as, you know, that solid gold, you know, figure for $600,000. No, these retail at a paltry 12,800 yen, or about 125 to 130 bucks each. If you want the set, it's about 55,000 yen, or about a little under $550. You know what? Like I said, I'm a huge K-On! Fan. I don't know if I could pay $500 for this set. I mean, it would be very cool to have these. I can only imagine after that, would they cut you a deal on shipping? Probably not. But then you turn it around and go, yeah, I paid a lot of money for it. But then I can have some really cool pictures on the wall. I can have these up on my wall. I can have these, have the hallway when you enter your house. maybe some people will probably think, hey, I can throw this in, I don't know. I don't want to know where people would post these things in their house. But for me, it'd just be on the wall. And I think it's a cool idea. Am I ever going to be able to afford them? No. Am I going to ever stop wanting these things? No. It's going to be one of those things. I'm going to look online. I'm going to see pictures of people posting it up on from their rooms. Be like, that's cool. I'm envious. And I'll move on. But yeah, life-size stickers. $500 for a set. Kind of crazy. But then again, I've seen some very weird products that have been released for otaku in the past. But I think that's going to be about it for this episode. Like I said, we're going to, due to the fact I have a number of projects coming up in the very near future, ones which I'll be able to talk about in detail very soon. We're still going to have From Mother's Basement every Sunday at 5 o'clock Pacific. That's going to still be about 45 minutes to an hour. This one we're going to keep to about 30 to 40 minutes long. But it's going to be well worth it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I know I have. It's always been a blast every single week. This essentially is the first year, the first anniversary episode, because the first episode was recorded around the 15th of last May and then was thrown to YouTube for its first airing on the 18th. So yeah, it's been a year. Kind of crazy, actually. We've gone through a couple of changes in terms of not only set design, but also format, and I think for the better. I think everything's turning out as best it can, and it's going to keep on growing and becoming better, but we all always need to work on it together, and I really appreciate you guys tuning in every single week. It's an absolute blast, and I thank you very, very much. But before I get, misty-eyed and I start thinking, where could we go from the future? No, I'm not even going to get into that right now. We're going to chill out. We're going to have some fun in post-show. Be sure to stick around for that. I have a brand new figure that I received only a few days ago. I haven't opened it up yet. We're going to open it up on the air. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. On behalf of AniBreak, I'm Jason, and I'll see you guys next week. You take it easy.